Hello, this is John with Brainstorm Comics and Gaming. You're going to want to stay tuned until the end of this episode after we tell you how this game will help you get new board gamers into board gaming or playing with you. We're going to raffle this off, so stay for the end so you can see how to enter. Hello, this is John with Brainstorm Comics and Gaming, and I'm here with Katie this week. We are starting a new video series. This is something I've wanted to do for quite some time. I think even when you were working for me, I mentioned something along this line. We wanted to do a video series where we went over board games and we wanted experienced board gamers to find board games that they could play with their non-board game friends. So the first one we're going to do is Fairy Tale Inn. And this one is based around fairy tales, obviously, as it says in the title. And there's a Connect 4 type element to it.
Yeah, it feels like Connect 4 because you are kind of stacking tokens and matching them all up, and they each have different powers. But it also kind of feels a little bit like Battleship, to be honest, because you can see your board, and you can technically see the other board, but they see it full color, and you just see it muted.
And you can also plan, so there's a couple wrinkles in this one. I know that you can also plan ahead because you see the cards that are that you can buy, or you can take the free cards, or you can buy the ones that are a little bit further down the line.
Yeah, but that's like strategy. So if you see a card you want, you can pay either 2 gold or 1 gold, depending on where it is in the lineup.
Gotcha.
Kind of like, what's another game? King Domino, where you see what cards are out. It's kind of got the same feel like that.
Okay, well, let's crack open the box and show people what the basic components are.
Okay, so obviously it comes with setup and instructions, which are fairly easy. It's just kind of one fold, brightly colored, nice paper. This is fun. This is the board. It's adorable.
So this is why we said it's kind of like Connect 4. You have like the horizontal, or the vertical building, I mean. You're not trying to connect 4 in a row on this one, but you are scoring points based on where your characters are.
Yeah, and each of the little gold symbols on the board mean a different thing.
You can see them on the different things there.
So if there's a crown, you get golds. If there's an X, your powers don't work. If there's a star, you get an extra turn.
Okay, and if there's 2 crowns, I assume you get 2 gold?
Yes.
Okay. Good assumption skills there.
Yeah, glad you can assume things. So these are the character cards. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards, and they're all fairy tale characters. So there's Pinocchio, Little Red, the Big Bad Wolf, who's picking at his teeth with a knife, the Princess, who has bread, the Little Pig, who I think is kind of creepy, the Pied Piper and his rats, Jack and the Beanstalk, and the Evil Queen.
Now these cards also say the points, right? Like how you score points with each one?
Yes, so on the back is the instructions on how each of them works. So some of them have end game abilities, and others, end game, have a when played ability. So whenever you play the princess, you get gold for each time you play a princess, because she's a princess. And then at the end of the game, if you have diagonal princesses on any line, wherever, they don't have to be connected, you also gain a gold for each of those.
Okay.
And then kind of similar with the little pigs, you gain a gold whenever you play a little pig, and if little pigs are touching little pigs, you get more gold.
Okay.
Now, these two are kind of strange. The Pied Piper and his rats and Jack and the Beanstalk. They each have kind of 2 tokens per one. So whenever you play the Pied Piper, you can drop a rat anywhere in any other column, just kind of matching it up. And then with Jack and the Beanstalk, you can put a beanstalk on top of him.
Okay.
So that's kind of 2 tokens per that character.
Yeah, so you get points basically based on what's surrounding you or what have you. I did see the Evil Queen said an ongoing.
Yes, the ongoing one. So the Evil Queen, whenever you play an Evil Queen, if someone wants to put a character on top of the Evil Queen vertically, they have to pay you gold. Okay. Because no one can be above the Queen. And if they are, they will pay.
So you think that there's a lot of good energy to the game in terms of like adding to the lore and
it's definitely got the fairy tale aspect for sure.
Gotcha. And this seems like they could easily add more characters to it if they did an expansion.
Oh, for sure. There's definitely many unused fairy tale characters that could be added in here, and it would be easy. You just get like a deck like this, and they're tokens.
And then it would be even a cheap expansion, maybe like $10.
Oh yeah, at most. Yeah. So the tokens come. I actually saved these. in these fun punch-out boards, which everyone
One's
loves.
still stuck in there.
Oh no, the pig. Which is actually like a pretty sturdy cardboard.
Okay.
I know it's kind of a weird thing to mention, but it's not like sometimes when you get pieces, they're kind of flimsy and you're worried like they'll peel off. These definitely aren't going to happen. You're not going to get color separation or anything from those.
Well, I know that you said that the one thing you do wish is that they were a little bit bigger, though.
Yeah, so they give you this nice little bag.
Okay.
And when you punch them out, they're probably about 1 inch square. So this happens to be the big bad token, full color on one side, and
Black
in
and
this
white.
case, purple and white.
And you want to explain why that's the case?
So whenever you play, here, I'll drop one in. So I'm playing a big bad wolf. So the purple side, the full color side, goes towards me. And
And that way your opponent knows not to count it towards their...
Yes. And also it kind of gives them like a hint, like, ooh, uh-oh, there's a big bad wolf there. If you put pigs near it, something might happen.
Exactly.
And then the other piece that comes with this are the coins, which are even smaller. They're probably about a 1/2 inch diameter, and they also come in the punch out, but they're really cute, and they have little crowns on them so that you know if you're in a crown spot, you get a crown. And the last piece that comes with it is this organizer. So this is laid out whenever you play, and it says what each of the spots means with their special notifications. And then this is the cue, pretty much, of who gets into the inn. So you put out 4 at random from the bag, and then if you want this card, you have to pay 2. If you want this one, you have to pay 1, and the other 2 are fair game. And then once you take 1, you slide everything down.
Yep.
Which is why there's arrows. So it's pretty easy to catch up on. They're very illustrative with their instructions.
Okay. But let's go through... So, as I said, the point of these videos for us is to like help hardcore board gamers get some casual friends into the board game thing. We all know, like, I've played some board games, but the bulk of my board game playing is the same as most casual people. Monopoly, Battleship, Connect 4, sort of thing.
Sorry, on occasion.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, right now, Candyland with my 3-year-old.
Oh,
So.
classic.
So what we're going to do is we're going to judge this on a couple different topics. I'll let you introduce the topics if you like.
Let me pull up my notes. Give me a second.
And we'll say why we're judging it by those things as we go.
So there's 5 basic topics and then kind of just a basic question. The first topic is ease to learn. So you're not going to want to throw a hardcore board game at someone who's never played a board game
You don't want to
before.
set a 2-hour game up?
Play the Lord of the Rings board game straight off the bat.
Yes.
Totally. But out of this one, we're going to do out of 5 for all of them. And this one's 4 out of 5, I said, because it's familiar enough. You recognize the characters. It's pretty easy with the Connect 4 Battleship-esque feel. But there are rules that are different from the kind of Connect 4, just basically line them up. But 4 out of 5 because the rules are always there.
So
these cards are out when you're playing.
I will say, as a non-board gamer, I would probably rate this as a 5 out of 5 in terms of ease to learn. And the reason for that is everything is right out there in the so the board is marked where you get the extra points. The cards are colored on one side, black and white are one color and white on the other one. Everything is on each card as to how you score points. And then even this shows all the rules that you need to know. So to me, it seems like you don't have to reference the how to play guide at all once you have a general understanding of it. Everything is right there, out there on the table. You don't have to go anywhere to.
Don't have to go online and be like, what does this mean?
Exactly. It's not an overly complicated game, but there is strategy involved with it. So, and that's one of the things I think people, when they're trying to introduce a non-board game fan into it, they definitely want to find an easy to learn, but one that still involves strategy, because once you start getting into those hardcore board games, there's a lot more strategy in it.
You're going to need the background. And also the strategy helps keep people involved.
Yes.
Like if it's just Connect 4, I'm like, okay, gonna drop a coin, go to my phone. Oh, we're still playing? Okay, cool.
Exactly.
I'll amend my rating. I agree with you. 5 out of 5.
Okay.
Aesthetic, also 5 out of 5. It's adorable.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
So let's go a little bit deeper into that.
Okay.
So you like the artwork on each one of the cards?
I do. Each character looks a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie though. The art style is very cartoon fairy tale. So it does kind of bring in the evil queen. Kind of looks like the one Marvel character that came out recently.
Gotcha. Hella.
Yes, and she's laughing maniacally. Also, the fact that it looks like an inn the plastic board. It's even got a
You
little
say
door.
like that looks like a house.
It looks like a little house, and it's got a little door. And it's like you line up in the queue to see if you can get a room in the inn, and it's
so
precious.
The thematics and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I have not played it, but I will say from what you had said earlier, aesthetically, I would probably say 4 just because if the pieces are too small, like the people with bigger hands and stuff might have a little bit more difficulty like getting it down in it. In terms of actual look and everything, though, I think they did a great job on it. The art looks very, very good. It's very well made. You made the comment that the pieces are very sturdy. They're not going to peel away. Like,
it's good cardboard.
Yeah.
I can appreciate good cardboard.
Well, let's also go back to the first topic again. The ease of play. You said that you actually, it says 8 or older, but you said you think even younger can play it because everything is pretty well spelled out.
Oh yeah, and it's big font, easy to read font, and especially if you have younger kids, I would definitely like pair them up with a parent, but they could easily play back and forth like a family of 4 with 2 kids, 2 parents.
And I think most of this is visual, so there's not a lot of reading necessarily. Because even this shows like if whoever's next to it or whatever, what kind of
Yeah, like there's an arrow. You can put a beanstalk on top of Jack.
Yeah.
There's a frowny face on top of the queen.
So it's very visual in terms of that. So sorry, I wanted to go back to that also.
No, you're completely fine. So we did ease of learn, aesthetic, familiarity is the next one.
Okay.
And like you said, it does have that Connect 4 aspect. So I'm giving it that kind of 5 out of 5 because Connect 4 is familiar. Having the basic, frowny face, you can't do certain things is familiar in board games. And
fairy tales. Everybody knows fairy tales.
Yeah.
So again, I would agree with you on this one. I would go with 5 out of 5. Like I said, the board setup. Anybody who's played Connect 4 is going to recognize. Oh, I've seen this kind of layout before. I will say, was it 100% necessary for them to do the vertical? They put it done on a mat, but again, I feel like this adds a little bit to the.
Everyone
experience.
loves dropping stuff.
Exactly.
It's fun.
So.
Second to last is length of play. It says about 15 to 20 minutes on the board, and it's absolutely right.
Okay.
I think I only went longer than 20 minutes once, and it was because me and my roommate were in a fight to the death.
Okay. Well, you said you didn't want it to end, right?
Yeah, you control completely when it ends.
Okay.
And it's if 3 columns fill up completely. So if you have an entirely empty column, you can just keep dropping stuff into that column, and it won't end.
Gotcha.
Until you have to.
I haven't played it yet, so I'll defer to you that. I will say if it is that short, I think that is a great game for a non-board game player. I would say this is probably more introductory at that point. This would be like one of the first games that you would introduce a non-board gamer into.
Definitely.
I'm sure we'll do other games where it'll be like, okay, so you did the fairy tale in with them, you may want to step up to this.
Step up, yeah. Step 1, step 2 into becoming a hardcore board gamer.
Yeah. Or at least willing to play with you on some of the games here and there.
Yeah.
Because I know that's one of the more difficult things. People are always looking for more players, and sometimes their friends see like these huge rule books and stuff, and
it scares them away.
Yeah, even D&D sometimes does that to people because they see three rule books and they're like, wait, there's like 600 pages worth of stuff there.
What am I supposed to be doing? Exactly. Yep.
And then you have to explain to them only 20 pages matter to you.
It's
Don't worry
fine.
about it.
I'll explain everything later.
Exactly.
Last thing we designated was fun factor. I just wrote 5 out of 5 precious. Like I keep saying, it was honestly a lot of fun. I played it with my roommate who doesn't really play board games, but she plays video games.
Okay.
And the entire time was just us arguing on who was going to get the next piece. But playful arguing on who was going to get the next piece, how we were going to play. When someone took your piece, you're like, you. And it was a lot of fun, and we're both 25.
Gotcha. So it seems like there's a competitive element to it, but not an overly competitive element to it. So like that kind of jokey, kind of like. So it's not like Catan where you can ruin friendships.
Or
Munchkin where you can ruin
Monopoly
where you can ruin friendships. Now I would assume that one of the drawbacks is for some people will be it is only a 2-player game.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who are looking for 2-player games also. So
yeah, you could do it like tournament style.
I was going to say, you did suggest that you could play 4 players.
Yes. 4 players I would do if you have little kids, or if you just want to do tournament style and kind of do like a bracket.
Okay.
And work down that way. I could easily see a game night being spent doing a Fairy Tale Inn tournament.
So overall, what would you recommend this for people who are introducing their I would definitely recommend this one for people who are trying to get their nouveau friends, nouveau game playing friends into into board
For
games.
sure. It's easy, it's bright and colorful, it's fun, a little bit competitive to keep your competitive friends interested. Pretty.
Yeah, but well, the cards and stuff are pretty. And like I said, I mean, they did a good job of making sure everything is on the table to tell you what the points are, what you get out of each one, how you score, and all that. Did you have anything to say before we go into the general how to play?
Actually, you don't use all of them at once, all of the characters. So your game's always different. That's another thing I like to have with my games. Like, if you have all of the same characters, you can play the same strategy again and again and again.
So you would definitely want them to do an expansion pack or two with the different new cards and pieces?
It would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But for each game, when we get into the Let's Play, you pick 5 cards, and there are 8 cards. So you have however many 5 times 8 is, different combinations you can have of types of game to play.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't get boring.
Okay. And what you don't start off with.
So everyone starts out with 2 coins, and that's it. Each
no,
game...
No characters?
No characters. Well, the characters are for everyone.
Okay.
So you have 5 characters set out. In this case, we have the Big Bad Wolf, the Little Pig, Jack and the Beanstalk, the Pied Piper and his rats, and the Princess. And as you can see, there's Beanstalk and rats on the cards, and there are spaces for those. Okay. And what you do is first you pull out all of those from your batch of tokens and you put them all in the bag so that there's the air of mystery about them.
The randomness?
Yeah, the randomness. So then what you do is you pick whatever token you want to go first. So if you want to pay, you can get the Princess.
But it costs you all the gold you start with.
It costs you all the gold you start with. But you would gain a gold back when you played her. Beanstalk, you could pay 1, and again, you gain 1 back when you play him. Or the Wolf and the Rat Man. The Pied Piper. That's his name. Yeah, with the wolf, his ability is if you have more wolves on a row than your opponent, then you get 3 gold. So I'm going to go with the wolf.
Okay.
Because, 1, he's my favorite. And then you just slide everything down. Pull out a random one. It's another wolf. And then I'll drop him facing me here.
Now, what if, as a player... I was like, I don't like any of those 4 choices. Was there like reach into the bag sort of thing? No.
Nope. There's restrictions.
Okay.
It's not totally free for all.
Okay.
Would you like to be my opponent?
Sure, I can.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see. So you said you get 2 coins for the princess?
Yep, you get 2 coins.
All right,
There's
so
your
I'll
2
pay
coins.
the 1 for the princess.
Okay.
And
he slides down.
what's the Big Bad Wolf's thing? So it doesn't have any negatives for being next to him or anything? Okay, so we'll do that one.
Yep. And so technically this side's mine, that side's yours. I see yours as white and red. You see mine as blue and white.
Yep. So then I would get the coins now, or would that be at the end?
Nope, you get them every time you play a princess. So net 0.
Net 0.
Yeah. So now it's my turn, and there's a wolf there, but there's also a rat.
Okay.
And if I'm trying to block you from having any wolves on the row, it would kind of make sense for me to have a rat. So I'm going to pull the Pied Piper, slide everything down, put a new one out, it's another princess, and also take a rat. Because whenever you put down a Pied Piper, who I'm going to put here, you put down a rat in a different column.
Gotcha.
And you also get a coin when you play the Pied Piper. So now I'm up to 3.
Okay. So I would pay another coin to play another princess.
Uh-oh.
And I would drop her there.
Yep, and because they're diagonal at the end of the game, you'll get coins for that.
That's part of my master plan.
Oh, what? Oh, and wait. You get a coin. You're still net 0ing.
Yep.
Because whenever you play a princess, you get a coin. I'm going to get my main man's, the wolf again. Let's see what random person is worth 2. Another wolf, my favorite. And I'm going to put him next to this rat, just because.
And I'll take the princess for free this time.
Oh, wow.
And I'll put her there.
All right, and you get a coin for that, so now we're both at 3. Oh, I gotta put someone out.
So we'll stop it there. I mean, because people should get a general idea at this point.
There's just that simple flow.
Yep. So like I said, it's a generally very easy game to learn. Pretty fun. I mean, obviously we'd be putting a lot more thought into it if we were not just filming the video. Probably making jokes about different things and stuff also. But as you said, the one game you played lasted 20-some minutes. Just
Yeah,
because
it
you
was
guys were
long,
having fun.
and we were getting into arguments about who wanted to be the bad wolf the best. She was better than me. She actually beat me 2 out of 3.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The new board gamer beat you?
The newborn gamer beat me.
See? That's, again, So let's give an overall rating to it also. I think that this one is like the perfect game for like a beginner, one that you're trying to get into into the board game community. I would probably give it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
It's definitely one that, it's kind of like games like Ticket to Ride that are easy to learn and pretty quick and still have some strategy.
And familiar.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. Actually, I just remembered something. Get more tokens of some sort.
Okay. You run out of them?
We ran out.
Okay.
And it was, I don't know how. There's many, many tokens here, probably over 60 tokens.
Okay.
And we ran out.
Okay.
So have some other sort of score method if you think you guys are going to go all in and learn your strategies really well.
So how would you rate it overall? Would you rate it?
I would rate it 5 out of 5. It's familiar, it's easy, it's fun, it's colorful.
And again, just to clarify, we are basing this on getting new people into
Yes.
the game, not necessarily for hardcore board gamers playing other hardcore board gamers or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, you could get a hardcore board gamer into this if they're into the kind of relaxing mind games.
Gotcha. So let's go. How long have you been playing board games? We forgot to do that at the beginning. We probably should have.
Oh God, how long have I been playing board games? If you consider Monopoly, since I was about 6.
Okay.
And then I kind of went up from there, Sorry, a little more strategy, Trouble, even more strategy. And then when I hit high school, college, I started getting into the Catan. I think I tried to play Scythe once.
Okay.
Risk was kind of my go-to game for a while.
Now you said you worked at a board game store before, even
I
before
did.
Brainstorm.
I worked at a toy store up in New York,
Okay.
where I was testing out the games with the kids, making sure that they liked it, and I got a pretty good swing on how to get younger children or people who've never played board games before into playing board games.
Okay. So that's it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We are going to raffle this off. So click on the link in the description. We'll send you to the entry for that. It'll be the used copy, obviously. We're trying to get more people into the different board games, as I said. So.
There will be no paint on it. This is all dry, I promise.
And we promise that you will have fun with this game. It is one that you enjoyed very immensely.
Yeah, I'm going to enter into the raffle. Not
Okay.
going to lie. I really like this game.
So thank you for watching. Hopefully this helped you, and hopefully stay tuned for the next episode. Have a good day.